Hi, I'm Jeff Williams with Coastal Conservation Association, Georgia. We all know that it was a tough winter for speckled sea trout, but while you were able to crank up the heat in your home, speckled sea trout were not so lucky. There may have been a large speckled sea trout kill this year due to sustained water temperatures under 40 degrees, which could affect fishing for many years to come. I'm here with Captain Wendell Harper, another CCA Georgia member and well-known Georgia Charter Captain. We'd like to take a moment of your time to talk to Georgia anglers about the launch of Operation ROE, Release Over 18. Anglers are asked to help recover Georgia's sea trout population after a brutal winter. Wendell, what can you tell me about the Georgia sea trout population after this winter?
This year has been a drastic kill this year. Back in the second week of January, when it was during the second week of the freeze, actually hard freeze, I fished 2 to 3 days, 3 days during that week, and I didn't think it was that drastic at first because I was still in the freeze area, in the freeze zone time. And I seen dead fish in 2 or 3 different areas that I went, but it wasn't big numbers. It was like 3 and 4 fish in places. But, you know, and I didn't fish every day of the last of the freeze, so I didn't get to see everything. But it has took a really hard, drastic kill. It's probably one of the worst kills I've seen here, even through the 80s when we had a hard kill in 1983. This has been a real hard thing for us because right now I'm fishing areas where I normally fish this time of year, like last year and the year before, and I was limited out 3 to 4 days a week. You know, it was easy. Now I'm fishing hard. I'm fishing 2 to 3 fish here, 1 fish here, and I'm pulling up 8 to 10 trout a day if I'm lucky. Those numbers are. And I'm still releasing some fish over 18 inches then. 1 or 2, not no big numbers, but 1 or 2.
For the sake of our angling community and our speckled sea trout population, anglers are being asked to voluntarily release a few fish measuring over 18 inches back to spawn. Do you think that releasing the sea trout over 18 is going to bounce that population back after a single year?
Well, I've been doing this now for 7 years, and I've got 2 or 3 other guys working with me doing the same thing. Anything 18 inches or largest goes back in the water. And you can do this, and it's going to help sustain the population, and it's going to help the population grow. But it's got to be every individual. It can't be you and then your buddy not do it. It's going to take every one of us. A large female 18 or better inch fish has a more fertilization eggs plus abundant of more eggs than a bunch of small 12, 13, 14 inch fish. So this will help protect our species. No, I don't look for it to come back in 1 year. I'm looking for it to help rebound because these fish is going to take that first year to get the fertilization where they can spawn.
Operation ROE has been developed by several different coastal organizations to help get the word out to anglers to release over 18. 1 or 2 fish won't make a big difference to you, but to the speckled sea trout population, it might make a huge difference in bouncing back from a brutal winter. Well, what are some of the differences that you've seen since 1980 in this area as far as sea trout angling goes?
The trout population up to this year has been fantastic. Like I said, last year and the year before and the year before, I mean, March and April, I've been catching limits of fish on 2 to 3, 4 times a week sometime. Now, I know that's a lot of fish being taken out from my customers, but we always release the larger fish. I've released some fish last year up to 26 inches long, which is a beautiful speckled trout. Oh, I have some conflicts with some of my customers, but they always see my point of view and I always put them back in the water. Now, the population now, like I say, is not there. We have lost a lot of fish. I fish from up above Sapelo all the way into Brunswick. We have lost a lot of fish. You're not seeing it. I'm seeing people go out right now and not even catch a trout a day. And they normally catch, you know, a few trout in a day's time. They're not catching the spotted sea trout. Right now, the biggest thing about it is the population of people. It has, the anglers has 10-fold, I mean 100-fold probably within the last year. I mean last 10 years. It has 100-fold. So we got more pressure on these fish too. Not just per take of charter captains, but I'm talking about individuals. Because this, where I used to fish, see 1 or 2 anglers in a boat during the day, now I'm seeing 15 to 20 anglers in a boat during the day. Whether it's a weekday or a weekend. So we got to do something to help these fishery. If we don't stop taking our large fish, we're going to be in bad trouble. By this, other rules and regulations are going to have to take over.
So the next time you're out on the water, enjoying a great day of sea trout fishing, release 1 or 2 of the big ones back, and we'll all see the benefits down the road.